One of mine.
Yes.
What did I say?
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. This is the Man United agenda. We are back off the back of smashing, well, okay, not smashed, but beating Fulham 3-2 at home. The vibes are still positive, the vibes are still high, and we're currently sitting pretty in fourth right now. Good things all around. Three in a row, and we love it. Mr. B, Yaba, Mr. B, how we feeling?
I'm feeling content with what's happening with the football team at the moment. No changes. He's just keeping it nice and simple. I'm content with what United are doing on the pitch at the moment. Off the pitch, maybe we'll go into that, but on the pitch, absolutely no problem at all.
Fair enough. Yaba, Mr. Positivity, how we feeling, kind sir?
Three great performances. It's not no luck involved. We played well against three good sides, and things looking up. It's a dramatic turnaround, isn't it? You can't help but be excited about this. And I know people want to err on the side of caution a lot of the time, but let's just enjoy it. I mean, just take each day as it comes, because it's you've got to be happy with what we're seeing out there on the pitch. And the Fulham game was another exciting game, and some really top quality goals. We're scoring quality goals and playing some good football. So why wouldn't I be positive right now?
Love it. Absolutely love it. Big up yourself. Obviously, my due diligence. This is the aftermath. Obviously, I love to get that in the aftermath show. It's the aftermath show, of course. Shah in the house. Big up the Man United agenda family. Definitely. Hydro in the building. Good evening, Andrew. How are you doing, kind sir? Big up Stu. Hope you are doing well. Are you back yet, Stu? Are you back? Probably not, but are you back? Derms. Where did my comment go? What comment? But there's your comment. There you go. Steph. Yo, real Mr. B, Yaba plus chat legends. Big up yourselves. And Mark 11, good official. Keep a guy. He's world class on his day. I am not sick. Yeah, I should have proofread that. Definitely not. Yeah, and Stu again, 12 points behind the Gooners. Let's get their asses squeaking. Definitely. Oh, just kidding. Guy is probably the worst.
He backed it up.
There you go. That deserves to be. Yeah. There you go. There you go. And rightfully so. Obviously, first of all, want to give a big shout out to a member of the chat, Vinny. Obviously, you all know Vinny. He's currently at the West Brom Manchester United under 21s game, where when I last checked, the under 21s were winning 4-1. Shea Lacey hat trick.
Wow.
Keep an eye out.
Wow.
So yeah. So that's a good little news story. We're winning the main team. The under 21s, they're currently top of their league at the moment. So I'm not too fully privy on how the under 21 system works, but whatever group they're in, they're on top of it. So yeah, all good things, definitely. Obviously the main headline today is I've got a tapestry, notes galore of all the different transfers we've tried to do and what we've made today. So many notes. Ultimately, I'm only joking. A moth flew out my pocket. We've done nothing. But we will talk about the transfer.
Mr. B was right.
Yeah, definitely. One thing I've got.
Say it again.
I told you so. Don't let me say I told you so. But Mr. B told us so. I'll take that back.
But yeah, you did. And we'll get onto that. A quick one. I was on the show yesterday, and I don't think it was mentioned. And forgive me if it was. So just before the game, I just think we should touch on it just briefly. The protests there were protests that happened. So obviously, we're all parts of different generations here and whatnot. And sometimes protests are really, really good. I think there were peaceful protests from what I'm hearing, a bit loud and aggressive and whatnot. But in terms of the protests, in terms of Glazers out, that was scheduled. It went into, they did it and we still won the game. So Mr. B, a quick thought on protests and how it happened and they did it and ultimately we still won the game.
Look, they have to do. There have to be. There still has to be some visual. What's the word? Some visual. Um, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is.
Just while we're still winning,
There needs to be,
going, basically.
yeah, well, yeah. Don't do it now because don't stop the protest because we're winning. You understand? And that's more what it is. I mean, look, when United are winning, then it doesn't matter about anything else. You don't hear no leaks. You don't hear nothing. It's only when we're losing. So they have to keep not their side of the bargain, but if they keep winning, people are going to say, "What are they protesting for?" But there's a reason why they're protesting. We all know why they're protesting. So rather than let it be put under the back burner, yeah, we're going to get more. We'll probably get more coverage for it now with the protest, the fact that we won. So no, keep it going. Keep on doing what they're doing. It's not going to stop anyway. But they're not going to go. So they'll keep protesting. They're not going to go. But look, it is what it is. It is what it is. They'll do their best, and to yeah. Look, it can only be a positive that it's being highlighted.
Yeah.
But how long there's going to be this stomach for it if United are winning is more what I'm thinking. Everybody jumps on when they lose, and everybody jumps on the Glazer out bandwagon. But once they start winning, all of a sudden it's Winios again. You know what I mean? So people need to understand that they're still there. The issues are still there behind the scenes, but we're going to keep on winning. And as I said, you can support your team and hate the owners, and that's what I'm doing at the moment. So yeah.
Yaba, thoughts on the protest that happened? Obviously, we're still winning. They still did it. Would the numbers have been different if we lost the previous two games? Maybe.
That's a good conversation. I think that's another show. You know what? I'm a football man first. I like sport. I like to watch the sport, enjoy the sport. When it gets to the politics, behind the scenes, that kind of thing, I've never really wanted to take an interest in that because it's all corrupt, regardless. Every single club has billionaire owners or people, getting money out of it. It's a profit-making organization. So that's why people buy football clubs, because there's a profit to be made. But then you could say there's some at the highest level, maybe, but you could say there's some clubs that don't make profit, they do it for the love. But I will say this. We have gone down in the financial ratings recently because we haven't qualified for Europe. Now, is that down to the players? Is it down to the manager? Or is it down to the owners and Ineos or whoever, the Glazers, Ineos, whatever you may call it? Something's not right if we're not performing at that level. That's the standards we need to perform at. I think when we were winning titles in the Champions League under the Glazers in 2008, no one was really complaining. It's only...
No, they were. No, and this is where you're wrong. They were complaining, but because they were winning, it was kept on the down. They've been complaining from day one.
So my thing would be, what is the complaint, and what would you want to do about it? Because is the grass actually greener? I'm not playing out. Is the grass actually greener? What's the solution? What is the solution to these problems that you're having with the Glazers and everything else? Because as far as I see, we've got transfer kitty every season, and it's just about making the right signings for the staff and the right signings for players and managing the players so we can form and play good football. That's the secret to success. If that's not being done right, why should they take accountability for it when they could say we're supplying the money? You guys are not doing your job. We're doing our job.
You might be right. This might be one for another show because this is
because I can feel my head busting, bro.
I'm just putting it out there. I'm not saying that's what I feel. I'm just saying you have to balance things. You can't say, I'm Man United supporter, so I must be Glazers out. I like to look at things with balance.
No, I get that. I get that. I get that. I completely agree with what you said in terms of I'm this with everything. You know, don't give it the big mouth if you don't have the solution.
Yeah.
You know, put some substance behind it. So I get it. I like the fact that they're making noise and they're making themselves heard. And you know, I think it needs to be done. You know, the ultimate aim is Glazers out. That's why they're doing it. But we'll have to see again what Mr. B says. If they're gonna keep doing it, that's fine. Do it when we're winning as well, and keep that same energy. That's all I'll probably say on that. Just keep the same energy when we lose and when we win, and ultimately, hopefully, we get the Glazers out in the end. Chat, what are you saying? Just seen a tweet saying Ronaldo is in talk with United. What the F? Hopefully it's bullshit. He's currently protesting himself at the moment. He's not happy at the Al Nassr, so he's refusing to play at this moment. So that's one big thing from.
Sorry. What's he done? He's gone on strike.
He's gone on strike, yeah, because Al Nassr aren't signing players.
Yeah, because they're paying him all of their bloody money. Is he mad?
Yeah.
Is he crazy? The man is getting paid money to shit, bro. And he is going on strike. I've never heard such shit in all my life. I swear to God.
Anthony Herbert, we're winning the league, guys. We're winning the league. Anthony, big up yourself. Big up yourself. Which summer transfer do you think has the biggest impact so far? Oh, we'll get to that, Isaac. We will get to that. Good topic. Anthony, it's February, buddy. Oh, yeah. Eddie, 3 down, 14 more to go. Yeah, that's in terms of the charge, the league charge. Definitely will take that. Derms, we can't even protest Tottenham Hotspur. We will not be playing Saturday. You playing Enoch FC. Hope you win the game. Come on, United. Oh, gosh. Oh, God. The Spurs are down in the dumps at the moment. I bet you didn't want that the other day. Zainab, big up yourself from Mobile. Don't know why fans are protesting. We have good owners that signed world-class players over the summer. As long as we win, I couldn't care less. More life to Sir Jim and Ineos. That's controversial. Don't clip me saying that, by the way. That's controversial. And one more from Hydro. I love the idea behind the protest, but we have been doing them for years. The owners don't give a F. They just see our club as a cash machine. Definitely. I agree with that. I do agree with that. Okay, fair enough. Bit controversial, but that's what we like to do. And we will talk about that at a later point, especially when I'm sure Rebels he'd want to talk about it with his poetic stances on the Glazers. Okay. It is transfer deadline day. And it's not been a huge deadline day. I don't know if there's a universal thing if teams don't have the money, or our teams are simply thinking about the summer. And I feel like that's what our heads at the moment. I think this whole we're not going to spend now, we'll wait for the summer has been the main caveat. Mr. B, you were absolutely right. You've got your smug grin. From the beginning, we were told, numerous sources, yeah, we're going to have a big summer. We're going to have a really big summer, so don't expect too much now. I'll be honest, I didn't expect too much, but I would have even taken a lump of coal, something. I thought we'd get a loan. I thought we'd even get a loan, but we haven't got a loan. So, Mr. B, the floor is yours.
I've got nothing to say. Bruv. I said it all. I knew. I'll just leave it like that. I knew. I'm not upset. I'm not vexed. When you know something, you're not going to get up. You're not going to get vexed. You're not going to get upset. I knew. It wasn't one of those where I hoped. What position are they going to buy in? Or what position were they going to loan in with 14 games, 15, 16 games of the season left? So, no surprise to me at all. We might get injuries. What if we don't get injuries? And that team plays, that centre midfield plays one game until the rest of the season. They've saved themselves a whole load of money. So, no, I knew what we're going to do. I'm happy with the decisions that they made. And now I'm going to be doing the voodoo chicken dance to make sure that none of our central midfielders get injured.
Yeah, but and I've got on my notes as well. And I think a big caveat of it is the Casemiro Kobe Minu partnership, and I think that's had a big kind of say on why we've kind of not gone into the market. Thoughts on the whole situation? Did you think honestly we'd get someone in?
Yeah, it's been a strange month, hasn't it? Because we sacked our manager. So prior to that, you're sort of thinking, right, we have to sign someone because that has to be the catalyst for us improving by getting a player in January. And there was a lot of transfer talk and gossip about that. But since you're winning, when you're skinning, when you're winning, you're playing good football. Like you said, the partnership in midfield between Casemiro, the experienced veteran, and his sidekick. It's like Batman and Robin, isn't it? Bruce Wayne and Batman. Bruce Wayne and Robin. Dick, what's his name?
Dick Tracy.
Not Dick Tracy. From the Batman series from the 60s. What's his name? It was Dick something. Dick Grayson.
Okay.
Dick Grayson. Yeah. So Dick Grayson is Kobe. And Bert. What's his name? What's Batman's? Where's Steffi when he's here? What's Batman's name from the 60s series? What's the actor's name? So funny.
Bert.
Is it Dick Grayson and
Chat.
I have no idea.
Anthony's put
it was
Grayson.
hilarious. Great acting. Hilarious series. Anyway, yeah, when we got those two in a partnership, they're playing really well. So Mr. B's been proven to be right. You know, like these old kung fu movies when you get the guy with the white beard and he's wise and he sits up there, growing that big white beard and looking all wise and making wise decisions, up in the top of the Shaolin Temple.
There you go. All the names are in the chat now.
Burt
Adam
Ward,
West,
that's
Bruce
it.
Wayne,
Burt
Ward. Okay.
Yeah, Adam West.
And
Yeah,
Snow
Adam West,
Grayson.
Burt Ward, yeah, so funny. I've been watching old films lately. I enjoy old films. Bette Davis, amazing actress. I love all her films. Anyway, talking about this money situation, what's it called, Rio? Is it PSI?
PSR.
PSR.
So these regulations come in, and then I think it's good for football because it means you don't just splash out when you're having trouble. It means you get youngsters in, develop players. It means even though we're the biggest league in the world, we've got a lot of money and we have to be mindful how we develop. You've seen different strategies. Chelsea now buying younger players and trying to develop them and see buy 5 players and one of them might become good. And Brighton, we see their strategy. So everyone's having to sort of change their strategy about how they manage a football club, and it's more geared towards work on a training ground, get your players playing better, rather than just having a solution of buying a big signing. Things aren't going well, let's bring this guy in. I like that, and it's good. It's more bringing it back to amateur days where it's not about money, it's about development, it's about training, it's about grassroots, that kind of thing. Let's work on our academy. Let's do what Barcelona have done in the past, or Man United in the past. Let's really invest in that, so we don't have to worry about finances. We can create our own footballers, and it's better for the fans. So to see it's not so much activity in the January transfer window, I think that's a sign of the future to come, and I think it's a very positive thing for football.
Well, see, you say that, and I get it, but ultimately we need to win games as well at the same time. And I think, is it the fact that things have plateaued now and things have got better and we're winning games now?
It's a level playing field for everyone, though, isn't it, Rio?
Yeah, no, of course, with the whole PSR situation. But then, for example,
But the summer it changes.
But then you've got Aston Villa, for example. They over-egged the pudding last season by getting in Asensio and Rashford, and they did that. They put all their money into one basket, tried to get that done, and didn't get Champions League. So they've absolutely shit the bed this time because they're struggling really, really bad because that didn't go in their favor. In regards to us, I do joke about it when I say, oh, we've got a new signing, Kobe Manu, because he hasn't played and now he's back in the team. And I reckon they do consider that as a big, well, look, you've got this player to utilize now. And that wouldn't have been the situation, as you mentioned, Ruben Amorim's, he's been part of this transfer window. So has that taken up a lot of time? But yeah, I would have liked to loan. That's the point I'm trying to get at. And the squad is threadbare, but at the same time, we've only got one game a week. So, I don't know, Mr. B, I back the ball back into your court. Is that what the thinking was? Like, okay, you were right. We haven't signed anyone, but why? Like, what made you, what's your thinking of this? Like, why have they kind of not opened up their pockets?
Because they're tight. Everything's always the summer. This is what I'm saying. It's always the future. Always. They're going to have everybody jigging now. Watch us another 2 days. Well, as soon as yeah, but as soon as somebody gets injured, the summer window, we're going to buy 6 world-class midfielders for £157 million. Watch, they're going to say, oh, we got turned down. Watch. In the next week, we'll have somebody turned us down. Some great midfielder turned us down. Some secret deal. Oh, it's all trash. It's all trash. You know, they need. We're going to need numbers if we're in Europe next season. This squad's not big enough. All of these players who have been superb for us, playing 1 game a week, being able to cock up their arse for a whole week and don't do nothing apart from going and train. They've probably got a day off to go shopping with the missus or to go to the foot spa or to get their chest and legs waxed. But come next season, when there's 2 games a week, you think Luke Shaw's going to be able to perform running up and down the pitch how he's been doing? So someone needs to be big. They need to spend money on players. You know what I mean? If we're going to get into the Champions League, yeah, we're all saying, oh, we want to get into the Champions League. Come this time next year, if we're getting our arse handed to us on a plate in the Champions League, we're not going to be happy.
Yeah.
So my thinking was they're not going to spend in January because they don't need to. Come the summer, whoever they already know Casemiro's going, so there must be something in the pipeline there. I think that's where they're going to be going. You know, and then come the summer, when they don't do it, it'll be, don't worry, we'll do something in January. And everybody be in their pants again. And it'll be all shit.
You know, like it's like the thing with Black Friday and Boxing Day. You see people queuing for miles, and as soon as the store opens, they rush in and start spending. But the reason they're doing that is because there's bargains available.
Yeah,
you think they get a good deal. That's why. So as soon as this transfer window opens, it's been dead quiet as a mouse. You know, it's like you see tumbleweeds every day in the gossip columns because there's no bargains to be had anymore. You know, that's why I don't think people are spending. So if it was, you know, great footballers out there for cheap deals and people they would be investing, but it's clearly not. So there's got to find other ways, like I was saying earlier, to build a squad, to build a good football team. It's not always about just signing players. It's about development. That's what I like.
Chat, let us know, please. Did you think we would do any kind of business, whether it be a loan or one transfer? Please just let us know. 10 likes already so far. If you don't mind, smash the like. It does help support the channel. Really do appreciate it.
Is anybody positive? Is anybody happy that we didn't sign any players?
Say again.
Is there anybody happy that we didn't sign any players, or does everybody think that we should have signed?
Me personally, I'd go to the point of saying, you know, okay, in a few days' time, okay, tonight deadline done, whatever. In a few days' time, we will have moved on. Our thoughts will be onto the Tottenham game, and we won't be thinking about, oh, where, you know, I want to sign this player. We'll be thinking about summer. They absolutely need to smash it and knock it out the park coming to summer now. I am expecting big signings now. I am expecting 2 big midfielders.
No.
So you generally don't think we're going to sign 2 big midfielders in the summer?
We're going to sign one. We're going to sign one big one, as in, and it's not going to be the big one that we want. We'll probably get Baleba.
Here's a go. The chat.
But we're in Champions League.
Here you go. Chat Sports says nope. Stuart says Cobby is like a new signing. And he also says, I'm happy with what we've got. Chat, it's about bringing in quality. Doesn't need to be many, but at least 1 or 2. Serious fan Bart, good evening. I am happy, Mr. B.
Yeah, he's Liverpool. He's cool, isn't it? They bought a player that's going to be coming in. They spent 60 million on a player that's coming in the summer.
That's where the fee was going. That's a good point.
Chat Sport saying it's sorry. Can I just jump in on the Chat Sport question? The Chat Sport one. He was saying that it's about bringing in quality. Doesn't need to be many, but at least 1 or 2. 1 or 2 is not going to be enough. I'm just thinking about 2 games a week. I don't think 1 or 2 players is enough. We already need 2 central midfielders. Because then going to need a maybe cover left back. The centre back, I think, is quite covered with what they have.
I think we signed 5 players in the summer.
Well, when
Two
don't,
Right,
when don't
Yeah,
we
yeah,
sign 4 or 5 players? That's average for Man United. We always sign.
Yeah,
4
we'll sign 4 or 5 players. Definitely. I'm not even worried about that. We'll sign. It's just I'm saying big ones. So 2 of them, 2 midfielders. I think we'll sign 2 big ones. I think we'll get Anderson, and I think we'll get Baleba.
The thing is, we have to ask. I was listening to the radio today. They were talking about everyone, even Saudi, who got loads of money. They're buying players with a view to saying potential to get better, not buying the ready-made thing because it's too much money, you know. And I think if you're talking about, would you say Elliot Anderson's ready-made? He's on the cusp of being
No,
ready-made.
I think he is.
Because he's playing.
I think he's got the potential to go bigger.
So here's the thing. I'm asking you. We bought Yoro. Yoro's no experience in the Premiership. Real Madrid were interested in him because they thought, I'll get his play for the future. He's obviously got talent. We brought him in, spent a lot of money on him. And no one's complaining because they right, he's one for the future. But then what we did this season, and this is what going back to the question that was asked earlier in the show, who's been our best signing this season? We're talking about 2 players in Cunha and Mbeumo who are proven in the Premiership. And when you say, do they need development? Just a little bit, because they're coming to a big club and then they can really show their true potential. So they're just on the cusp of becoming proper players. The same applies if we're going to get Elliot Anderson. He's playing well in the Premiership. He's outstanding what he does in his midfield position. You know, is strong, bold, talented, can do it all. And now he's in England squad as well. So he's on the cusp. A bit like how Rice was. A bit like how Rice was before he went to West Ham.
Do you not put Anderson on the same? Do you not put Anderson on the same level as Cunha and Mbeumo?
Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the same. That's what I'm saying. It's
that's good. That's a good thing.
So that's what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be a major Ronaldo and Mbappe. It's someone as we're happy this season because we're seeing Cunha, Mr. B's buzz at the moment because Cunha's come to form and we're showing his true colours. And then Mbeumo's been consistent all throughout the season and being a top player for us. And like I say, the criteria here is players that are on the cusp, playing for slightly smaller clubs, playing in the Premiership, proving their worth, and on the cusp of stepping into a big club like Man United and really showing their worth. That's the kind of signings we need. That's why I'm happy with Elliot Anderson because he's on the cusp playing for.
We don't get Anderson.
Okay.
I don't think we get Anderson, Jabba. I think he goes City.
Well,
Rodri.
Yeah, the same thing applies. Everyone said Declan Rice was a good player at West Ham. He actually won them a European trophy. He's gone to Arsenal now, scored 2 bangers against Real Madrid, playing. He's number 1. People are raving.
Nobody talks about his price.
Well, that's what I remember. What I said before. You pay 100 million, you've got to. There's no fallback. You have to be getting a good player, and I think he was on the cusp at West Ham, proving in the Premiership, developing, but he needs that big club like Mbeumo did, like Cunha did, to really shine. So those.
Yeah, we're gonna get you a swear jar. We're gonna get you a swear jar for every time you say Premiership. Premier League.
Is it Premier League? How many Premier Leagues have Man United won? What did we win when we were winning the Premier League or whatever it was? What was it called back then?
No, I've been having this at the back of my mind. I'm like,
because there's been a quick question. People say, how many Premier Leagues have you won, or how many Premierships have you won? Oh, it's called the Premiership, wasn't it, when we won it?
No, it's been the Premier League for a number. Chat, how long's it been Premier League? It's been Premiership. It was Premiership maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago, maybe longer, I suppose. But yeah, Premier League, please.
It's like Mr. B talking about the League Cup, saying the Coca-Cola Cup or the Milk Cup. Still saying it.
The Worthington Cup. That was it when I was. It was called
the
Premier League 2015 or 2014. So United have won one or none. Oh, behave.
Do you remember the Zenith Data Cup? What was there? Zenith Data?
That's the same one. Well, yeah, same trophy as the one that the Coca-Cola Cup. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah. No,
anybody with money.
But going back to the point, but I agree, and it's what we're not. No, see, I don't want to say this sentence. I'll finish it. Bayern Munich is what they do. They pick apart all the minnow. No offense, minnows, but the minnow teams of their best players, and those players aren't like the creme de la creme. They're just the best of those. So we did it with we did it with Brentford and we took Mbumo. You know, Man City have done it with Bournemouth and took Semenyo.
Yeah.
We've done it again with Cunha. But you wouldn't say these are on the levels of your Mbappes and whatnot. They're on, as you said, the cusp, and they have the potential to maybe take the next leap of faith. So I hope every signing we do is like that. Because you know the proof is in the pudding. You know, 25-year-olds, 26-year-old, they seem to be working. You know, Shesko's on the younger side, and it's not as worked out just as quickly as the others, but it's allowed time, and now it's starting to show.
That's how they used to do it back in the day. I can name a few players, world-class players, who didn't leave their clubs to go to the big move until they were proven. You had to prove yourself back in the day. Marco van Basten went to AC Milan, mid-20s. Platini, do you know who he used to play for before he went to Juve? Saint Etienne, Bordeaux, one of these sort of teams, go pushing really far. There's a lot of players who back in the day used to get to 20. John Barnes was one of them. Played at Watford for 7 years before he went to Liverpool because he wasn't ready. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's the best way to do it. That's format that you just mentioned there, Rio, is a good way to go about it, because you don't just wait for someone to have a great season like Yoro. Oh, he's potential. Sign him and expect him to do well. People need to mature, and at 25, you're probably showing by then whether you're pro or not, whether you're a proper player.
Yeah, bang on, and I think we will. I think the model's changed, and you know we've been doing this for over 12 months now. It's been 18 months since we've had this new model. So as much stick as we do give Ineos, the scouting and the model of signing players has gone well. We're just annoyed that we've not got anyone this window. So again, Mr. B,
Some of us are.
You're gonna be optimistic?
Yeah,
with the summer, like you think we will go?
yeah,
late?
of course. I will. Yeah, look, they have to. My thing is, they're in the Champions. We're going to be in Europe again, and the squad's not big enough. So whoever comes in, they have to back them. It might be 5, 10 million pound signings, but they're going to get the signings in. Whether we as fans are going to be happy with them is a whole other issue. I do believe they will sign. I knew that they weren't going to sign. I just knew that they weren't going to buy in January. Because said we buy 5 players every year. I'm sure we've got 5 this year, didn't we? The men's, the
Cunha.
Colombian left back, Cunha, Sesko. So yeah, we do buy 4 or 5 every year. So I expect it's just what if you have 4 or 5 leaving, and you're getting 4 or 5, your squad is still this size.
Yeah.
So we need to hold on to some, and then get an extra. It's the extras that I want. You know, we know we're going to lose Cass. We may lose Maguire. If we lose Maguire, we're going to need another centre back. And if we lose Cass, which we are, we're going to need
a heart attack when you mentioned
2
Maguire.
central. And I said we might. I said we might.
Yeah,
That's because no contract talks have been done. And now I saw him nearly fall off his chair, but God bless him. Might.
Might. I don't think he'll go. On that,
every week I'm going to ask the question. It's Monday again. I'm going to put the question. I just want one word answer. Okay. Every week I'm asking it. You don't realise it, but I do. I put it out there. Rio, who's our best centre back?
Licha.
Licha.
Thank you. Yeah.
Mr. B,
I've
who's our best
said
centre
that
back?
for ages. Though.
Licha.
You said the Delit before. You changed your
Delit's
mind.
not playing. Delit's not playing.
Good answer.
As soon as Delit puts that shirt back on.
Until next week. I'm going to turn this around. Until next week. Anyway.
Okay. Chat, what are we saying? Steph, always been the Barclays, Premier League Barclays. What else? Sunderland third goal, Weldy. Oh, yep. Okay. Fair enough. 3-0 Sunderland. Similar to Kevin's goal against us. Or was it that good then? Okay. Stuart, always been the Premier League to me. See, it's not just me that says it. I'm not digging you out here, Yabba. Stephanie, that's why we need to secure the UCL. Bang on, and exactly, chat sports, exactly 100. Matthew, losing Maguire is beneficial. I've just not made that up. I've not made that up. I've not made that up.
That was good.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
look what
fall
you've
out.
done, Matt. Matt, look what you've done. Look what you've done. Jeez. And chat sport, sell and buy, but squad size stays the same, but with player that can play multiple positions. Yeah, that's a good thought as well. A lot of teams are starting to get players that are a lot more versatile. And those players are starting to have a bit more quality behind them. We've got versatile players that are crap. So, you know, Delo, for example, is very versatile, but he's donkey. So, yeah. In terms of that, I do have, again, Champions League football, question mark. So, again, I touched upon it the other week when the Champions League was on and the games are going on, goals galore, thick and thin. And we were all just watching it like someone that didn't get into the nightclub because their t-shirt wasn't ironed properly or their shirt wasn't ironed. We weren't allowed into the venue. I thought, nah, man, this can't be happening. We need to get back into the Champions League. We need to be on these streams where we're seeing the glorious blue, purple, you know, everything like that. Instead of, you know, we're not in Europe at all. But I want Champions League. I want the champions. I don't want do 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 do. I don't want that. Yeah. I want Champions League football. I've missed it. I've been deprived of it. Mr. B, Champions League football. Like, come on. Is this squad okay? Deadline's done. Transfer window's done. We've got what we've got.
Yeah.
You get what you get. You can't get upset. We've got it. Champions League football with this squad. Can we do it? We're fourth.
Yeah. I think the fact that we're in fourth and everybody's looking ahead, Villa are going to drop off. I've had an amazing run to get to the position that they're in. It's never how you win. It's never how you start the race. It's always how you finish.
Villa,
You know what I mean? So Villa, he has to decide what he's doing. If he wants Europa, which he wants to win, or he wants Champions League qualification through the league. Decision has to be made at some stage. Man City, you just don't know what's going to turn up with Man City. You know what I mean? Haaland don't score, they're done. And at the moment, Haaland's not doing well. They've got Semenyo in, well done. They've got Gay in. That's one defender they need 4. So I don't expect them to really be pushing on. Champions League's going to come. Their squad's going to be stretched again. These teams in Europe, the ones around us, Chelsea, are in Europe. So no, whoever it's by default, I don't care.
Yeah.
I expect us to get Champions League this year. Whether it's 5th, I would be disappointed with 5th. Now we're in 4th. But I would take 5th gladly because we all know it's going to be guaranteed Champions League.
Yeah.
I would like to finish 3rd, but I can see, you know, if teams drop off. I mean, this is me speaking all happy because we've won 3 games in a row. That we could push for 2nd. I mean, I'm hearing these stupid men at work talking about us clawing back points on Arsenal. I mean, that's not even.
Say it quietly.
Yeah. Are you serious, Rio?
I'm joking. No. That's
Oh.
say it quietly.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. No, I will gladly take any form of qualification place for Champions League. I would like 3rd. I think that shows a massive improvement. We haven't just snuck in 5th, you know. I will take that, but this team, man, you know, we've had this. It doesn't, as I said, it doesn't seem like a manager bout. We've got a coach who seems to be coaching the players.
Yeah.
But at no stage would it surprise me if we turned up against Tottenham and they did us 3-0. You know what I mean? We would be spitting blood. But where have we shown any consistency in the last 2 years? We haven't. You know, so we're now in this mode of 1 game a week, we're gonna be blah blah blah. And yeah, I'm that guy. I'm him. I'm not gonna lie. I am that guy. You know what I mean? I'm saying we're gonna win the game. I'm saying it with chest, but We have to understand, but we haven't been consistent, and they just you can't trust these. You can't. We
You say
can't.
that though. You say that though, but we've it's still a lot of games to lose. But we've only lost 5 games. You know, it's the draws that have been hurting us. It's the draws. We drew 8 games. So I've said it before. Before Amram being sacked, we weren't bad. He got sacked because he opened his mouth. He didn't get sacked because we were doing bad.
Yeah, no, they would have kept him. They would have rather. Yeah, we know that they would have rather have kept him and not rocked the boat. But let's be honest, that was the best decision ever. Him running his mouth was the best thing that's happened to us this season. Good. You said,
Yeah, because I
really,
still think we would have got top 4 with him. Yeah, I still think we would.
What and would we have beaten Arsenal with what with the shit that Amarin's been serving up?
Probably. Don't know. Yeah, but
Rio. Anyway, look, I'm not.
No,
Yeah,
I don't know.
Go
I
on.
just think ultimately we would have got to the end of the season, whether it being the lose to Arsenal and lose to Man City, but then beat Tottenham and beat for I don't know, but I just think that with Amarim we still would have done it.
I think, look, momentum takes you a long way, and I think the advantage we've got, you're talking about getting Champions League football, the advantage we have is that we're not in any domestic competitions or European competitions. You're seeing Man City, they're not consistent, they're burnt out. We're seeing Arsenal starting to get in that bottle jobs run now, aren't they? They're a bit wary, their fans are nervous. Liverpool been terrible this season. They can't get a win or a consistent run of games like they used to. Remember, they used to get 90 points a season. Then you've got someone like Chelsea just behind us. They've got a young side, new manager, young manager as well, who I do like, talks really well. I like his press conferences. He knows the game clearly. He's ex-pro, and he talks about football really well. I like that about him. But can he get tuned out of Chelsea? He's chopping and changing. It's going to take him time to get comfortable with what they've got. So we've got good opportunity because opportunity knocks because of these dilemmas that other clubs are going through. The main thing is that most of these clubs I'm referring to have got European competition and domestic competition as well as cups to play, and it's going to burn them out. No matter what you say, I know we're back in the 80s, back in the 70s, we used to play 100 games a year. We wouldn't mind. We had a 12-man squad. You hear all this thing before, but game it does wear you out. The game is a lot more physical these days. In December, you get the most amount of injuries. We see it. We had it ourselves with Bruno, and it does happen. It does tax you. So yes, I think we've got a good opportunity based on that to get Champions League football because we're showing a bit of consistency. We've only lost 1 in so many games, and we're doing all right. Whereas looking around us, there's no consistency. If you're a betting man, I know Errol or certain man like to bet, and think I might feel sorry for you this season because there's no consistency. It's not like home win Man City, home win Liverpool. It's not guaranteed. The league's leveling up and everyone's getting burnt out and tired, and there's so many more games to go. But at least when we're going into these games, we could be fresh, and that's to our advantage. And if we do get Champions League football, which I really pray and I hope we do, then we got to sort of manage the squad to say, right, we've done really well to get there, but we had that advantage of a lot of rest. We need to now get up a level, get our squad stronger so we can manage these things. Because playing away to young boys in the opening rounds of the big group stage of Champions League, it's not easy. You still have to work flipping hard, you know? And there's no mystique anymore to the Champions League or the European Cup where you're playing against teams you don't know much about, or you're seeing all these new players. We see everything. The internet has made everything available. We've got access to all leagues. We know everybody. So there's no surprise when Marseille turn up or Lyon turn up or Galatasaray, all these teams, you know them already. You understand what I'm saying? So it's tough. But I just, I miss the days when there was mystique in the European Cup where you're playing these teams you don't rarely see, and you get to see a glimpse of how they play their football, and it's an English style against a Romanian style, or these kind of things. We know everything. We know what to expect. We're all experts. But yeah, I'm really excited about getting Champions League football again and the finances and what that brings, and we deserve to be in that stage.
Hopefully we get there. Steph, But Liverpool will get distracted with UCL obsession because he's just said, I can see Liverpool leapfrog United and finish in the top 4. We'll have to see, but we'll have to see. We will hold you to that. You know, every comment you put is a receipt. So
What
don't worry. Don't worry.
what I will say is this. What I will say is this. His YouTube obviously stopped working when they were going through that 7-game run because Bart was invisible. So obviously now he feels that they've got worked his playing now, so he feels that he can come out of the woodwork.
That is true. I've not
But
seen Barkley for a while. So, yeah.
yeah,
One big
exactly.
win.
So good. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're confident. I like when you're on here because then when you disappear, we notice.
There you go. There you go. So nice seeing Garnacho doing shite at the Rent Boys. Oh, yeah. We absolutely live for that. We absolutely live for that. Yeah, he's a cretin, isn't he? He's an absolute cretin. Like, I'm glad. I'm glad. Don't want him to be
We
injured.
got Cellon on that as well. We got Cellon on that as well. You know that, right?
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
What a
So
deal. What a deal.
we're getting
United
money in
won
18 months.
5 Premier League games. Boom, boom, boom.
Mm.
Big up, fellas. Mr. Potus. Big up, fellas. Hope you're well. 3 wins in a row. Let's go. I'm all moved into my new home, back in wine country and out of the city. Big up yourself, Mr. Potus. Hope you're doing fine. Gents, my topics are done. Is there anything else you want to discuss before
Yeah,
we?
I want to say something. This is the aftermath show, and we only spent minutes talking about the game. What goal? What's been your favorite goal under the Carrick era?
My favorite goal.
Or the best goal that we scored under Carrick. So obviously, we've got
The
Man
Dorgu
City
goal.
game,
Dorgu.
Arsenal game, and Fulham.
Yeah, Dorgu.
Yeah, has to be
Dorgu.
the Dorgu.
You think that's
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
best
the
goal?
Dorgu goal.
Dorgu.
Yeah.
No,
There's a
you just
song about that,
reminding
though,
me of
isn't
his
it?
injury, man. You just reminding me of his injury. No, the Mandalorian. I'm biased, though. You know my love for Dorgu.
Yeah.
It was better than the Cunha goal. Definitely. That Dorgu goal would probably get goal of the season.
Okay.
Or annoyingly, the Kevin goal from the other day.
But the fact that we're talking about it, I think it's wonderful to see like how many great goals we've been scoring lately. You know? It's just finally starting to click, and it makes you so happy to see these beautiful goals being scored and drama like yesterday, last minute goal by Shesko, and they're all quality. They're all real top quality finishes, and that's what you want to see as fans. It just puts a smile on your face.
But that's never been our issue, though, has it, man? We score goals, and that's why I'm quite confident. 3 goals against Fulham, 3 goals against Arsenal, 2.
Yeah, but you know what, Rio? Now we're scoring good. Now we're scoring good goals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're scoring goals that other teams are talking about. We're not scoring tap-ins. We're scoring good bloody goals.
Now.
And that's what I like. But we score enough set pieces, bro.
No, we have.
We can't be. Yeah, we're scoring set pieces. Just that we score more in open play.
Yeah.
Considering it's going to be like we talked about man in the match yesterday. I don't know if you watched the show, Rio, but Mr. B said, "Oh, can I pick Casemiro for man of the match? He got an assist and a goal."
Yeah.
But he said, "I don't know if I can because he only played 60 minutes, didn't play the whole game."
You can.
But if we're talking now at the end of the month, who's going to be? Is it possible that Carrick could be considered manager of the month?
Maybe.
Even though he hasn't managed for the whole month,
on that Casemiro thing, though, bearing in mind, he only played 60 odd minutes, but he got a goal, he got an assist, and when he come off the field, you could tell the difference. So that it doesn't matter about the minutes. He did enough for me
to back up what you just said about Casemiro, same applies to Michael Carrick. He only played 3 games this month, but he got 3 wins against top sides. And before that, when he wasn't there, we saw what happened.
Technically, he slayed Man City, he slayed Arsenal, and he's beat Fulham.
I think that's manager.
I think it's a no-brainer. I think he'll get manager of the month, and then Dorgu.
Don't do it to him.
Dorgu gets player of the month.
They always have a dip after manager of the month. They have a dip. Bypass him, ignore him. Don't give it to him. Yeah, don't give it to him.
So Dorgu is our goal of the month, and manager of the month is definitely Michael Carrick.
Hopefully. Hopefully.
We're
And then we
we're
and
so
then we give
biased.
Carrick the job. And then we give Carrick the job. Maybe not. I'm not sure.
Story-
And
that's-
whether they're worth the money. Oh, okay. Enigma. Hello, Enigma. Welcome back. It's not, I'm
yeah,
saying
see,
it wrong.
there you
I
go.
thought it was Enigma. It's Engima.
Hmm.
Sorry, I've been calling you Enigma. Engima.
I'm not sure I understand.
So is it true Angel Gomez is going to the Premier League? Coming to the
Wolves.
Yeah, it's the Premier
Against
League.
Wolves, yeah? You'd love
So
to
be
see
playing
him.
championship football next season.
I can't
See,
wait to see him play.
I
missed
saw
him.
that happening.
Yeah.
I was like, we could have took a punt on him, to be honest with you. But I
What
know
do you
they say
mean?
never.
I mean-
I know they say never go back. So
Don't you think it's a bit biased? I mean, sorry, Mr. B. I'm going to talk about short people, but like, don't you think it's a bit biased that he's short, super talented,
Thanks.
but he's gone to Lille, didn't really get. He got sent out on loan. He just didn't really look like, like he was going to get many games. Then he's been signed for Marseille, and now they're just getting him on loan. I mean, when's the guy going to get a break? Where a team plays.
He has got a
around-
break. He's back in the Premier League. Nobody's going to play around the dwarf, bruv. The Premier League is all about giants now. They're not changed. They're not going to be playing their game around.
Apart from Leach.
And we don't build. Yeah, but we don't build our game around him. He's just part of us. He's part of that big web. You know what I mean? Yabba wants them to play the ball through him, and that's cool, man. Then this big 6-foot man come and munch him every week. There's no point.
Yeah. So do you think the game's changed that much to where short, talented guys?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
What about who's the guy?
It's all about Bruce.
Leon Britton. Do you remember him?
Yeah, Swansea.
Who?
What a player he was.
He was like a
Liam or
baller.
Leon? Liam or Leon?
Leon Britton.
Leon Britton, yeah.
Yeah,
Talented,
he played under
superb player.
Brendan Rodgers at Swansea, and he was like touted to be the next like Xavi. Like he was being compared to Xavi.
And do you remember there was Leon Knight, striker?
Remember
Short.
Leon Knight? Yeah, he's on.
Leon Knight.
He
Yeah.
was on. I know Leon Knight.
What a player he was. Great finisher, but didn't make it because they felt he was too short. I just think we should give some respect to the short. Like you said, Martinez is proving the short players can make it in the game in this physical era.
Gents, it's been a pleasure. The aftermath, locked and loaded, signed, sealed, delivered. It's good to have these aftermath shows with wins. 3 in a row now. We need to keep it going, keep the ball rolling. Again, no midweek football for us. There is League Cup action that we're not involved in, but that's fine. We'll keep our team fresh for Spurs on the weekend. Absolutely. But we will be back. There will be some kind of news. It definitely won't be transfer signing talks or anything like that. Conferences from new signings. What numbers that player gonna get? Nope, nothing like that. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Mr. B, any final words, kind sir?
I told you so.
I knew you were gonna say. I knew you were gonna say. I knew it. Fair play. Yeah, but any final words, kind sir?
Just want to. I love the chat. Look, we love football, don't we? David Silva, Danny Wallace. They're saying. Who else they say was short players who were really good? Brian Flynn. Oh my God! Wow, and Leon Britton as well. All these short maestro players. Jody Morris, another one. Dennis Wise. Players. Look, football doesn't discriminate. No matter how short or tall you are, you can find a role in football. It's a great game.
Okay.
How tall are you, Ria?
We need to wrap up. I'm 5'11". I'm 5'11".
5'11".
Yeah.
You know, I can't stand up. I can't stand up next to none of you lot. Jesus Christ, man. If we ever get a picture, we have to all be sitting down. Because that don't make no sense.
Or you stand at the front,
Oh,
and we stand 300 meters back to level it up.
Jeez. But yeah, chat, if you've not done so already, smash the likes. Really do appreciate it, as always. We'll be back tomorrow, same time. And yeah, whatever you go up to this evening, stay safe. And we've been the Man United Agenda. We're out. Mado.